Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609. It's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. I'm here at the Museum of the Big Bend on Sul Ross State University campus. Beautiful place, beautiful views, the mountains in the background. And I'm just going to do a nice leisurely video of the Museum of Big Bend. Just come here, and it's on Saturdays, and I'll give you the hours. For those of you that are interested in museums, both of you. It's open on, Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sundays from 1 to 5. It's only closed on Monday. So you go down this way. They got a little sign there with a little crooked arrow on it telling you where to go, or saying, or pointing the way. It doesn't tell you where to go because everybody knows where that would be. There's a brass horse with all the tack, the saddle and rope and the whole thing. They have an old cowboy sitting down over here somewhere. I remember that. Let me see if I can find my old cowboy. Yeah, there he is. See if I can zoom up and let you see him. See him right there? Looks like he's wore out. Anyway, now we'll go into the museum and check it out. I asked them the other day if I could do a video. They said, yeah. So here I go. It's a beautiful place. You can do it chronologically. They got a little gift shop right here in the front. And there's the star of the show right there. It's behind the desk. Anyway, they got a nice little gift shop here. All kind of knick-knack stuff that you couldn't normally find. There's a partridge under a pear tree, I guess. And anyway, he's back. How are you doing? Excuse me. How are you, senor?
Good.
Good. I hear you. Me too. There, ladies and gentlemen, is a black bear, and that thing looks real, doesn't it? But anyway, there are a few out here. I've only seen one or two in their native habitat out here when I stayed down in the Christmas Mountains for a while. But this can go it's okay. I'm not going to attack you. But anyway, they got this huge. Can you imagine living at the time that bird was flying around? I'll see if I can get you the name of it. And then this right here, this is just a bone of something they found. And I'll show you, or I'll tell you about it. Let me see if I can find it here on their grid. Let's see, 27 is, that's the wing bone cast of a something. And it says that an adult would have a wingspan of up to 55 feet. The other bird on the ceiling, let's see, that's a huge tortoise shell right there. And then they have some other stuff. But anyway, this up here, for those of you that are into, is that a pterodactyl? I don't know, but it's huge. Can you imagine? Whoa. Would that have gotten my attention? Yes. But anyway, you can go, if you start this way, you go chronologically. La Junta de los Rios, whatever that means in Spanish. The beach or something. And this is, they found this out in the Big Bend area. It says it's the towering Native American rock painting was found in the Davis Mountains. But they found it like that. I think this is a reproduction. No, actually, I guess they did cut it out. It says the meaning of the pattern is unknown. And then here's one of the old wagons that would have been used probably in the 1600s. Let's see if it gives me the date. Look at that wooden wheel. Of course, these are all just to give you the flavor of what life would have been like at that time. Okay? So we go around here, and then we get to some old pottery, and of course we've got arrowheads here and other stuff. There's an old pot that they've pretty much put back together. And there's some other things that they found out here throughout the years. Some arrows, and that looks like that one long arrow there. That guy must have had a bow from, I don't know, or else he was the biggest guy. See this long arrow right here? He must have been the big kid on the block, huh? But anyway, here's the first Kevlar bulletproof vest, commonly known as, what do they call that? It's it's armor, but there's a name for that. But that's the type that Cabeza de Vaca would have used in the year 1535. Had a steel helmet, and yeah, that chainmail, that's what it's called, chainmail. And it worked pretty well because the Aztecs and most of the other native people couldn't defeat it. This is a reproduction of Catholicism coming in to dominate the natives. I'll save my opinion on that. Reserve it for another day. And over here you've got, this is some of the mining things. There were several mines in the Big Bend. They only had one major silver mine. And then of course they had the quicksilver down around Terlingua. This is one of the, what do they call this thing? This is called oh, how about this? It's called an ore cart. Ore cart. And around, there's an old map of Texas.
Finding a specimen of this type is extremely rare. Called the Texas pterosaur, it has a wingspan of nearly 40 feet and is the largest flying creature.
And this, of course, is all just to show you what life might have been like out on the range, so to speak. There's no wagon. Got all his camping or his gear there. And there's no saddle and stuff. Let's look over here, all the old pots and stuff. Life was simple and difficult at the same time. It wasn't easy to prepare every meal from scratch. McDonald's hadn't been invented yet. Neither had the cell phone. Here's an old pistol belt with some ammo stuck in it. An old hat, an old knife, and here's an old pair of glasses. I used to have a pair similar to that. My granddaddy used to wear glasses like that right there. Old 6-shooter, and that's probably a powder horn right there. But we'll go inside. This is an old reproduction, or a reproduction of an old store here, and there's the scales, of course. The old cash register and a lot of the old merchandise there, right there, or some little baby shoes, if you can see those. And there's some ladies' shoes there. Lovely things they are. And a lot of stuff. I don't see any Carter's little liver pills, which didn't have anything to do with the liver, and they were finally forced out of business. Yeah, the calendar up there says September 1938. And here's now this would have been a luxurious fireplace right here. This would have been the big dog here. Yeah, you'd have been pooping in tall cotton if you had that. And this is a reproduction or inside of a Southern Pacific Lines rail car, but I thought it was going to be the inside of a rail car the other day, but it's not really. It's got some more old stuff here, and we'll go on around. I'll try to keep this video. There's more to see, but we're gonna see 90% of it. It says this. It'll tell you about it, and then I'll show you. It says the soldier. Talks about the sleeping blanket and the stir straps, hat, cap, holster of the horse, etc. Here, I'll put that there, and if you want to read it, you can pause the video and read it. But anyway, here's the cavalry guy right here, and there's the saddle, there's the old wagon, and very neat, very neat. We go to a lot of trouble to try to remind ourselves of the past. At one time, now there's something here that you didn't know about. In the 1859, U.S. Secretary of War Jefferson Davis convinced Congress to authorize $30,000 for the importation of 24 camels to Fort Davis. And they were out here for a long time, and for years people would say they saw a camel. Well, of course, some of them didn't even know what it was, and it scared the hell out of them. But that's $30,000. The plan was good. It was great, but it didn't work out. They abandoned the programs. What happened? Here's an old Mexican sombrero and some other stuff. That's the kind of hat you need in the sunlight out here. And that thing served more than just that purpose of shading your head. They did other things with that. There's some old rifles and sabers and stuff. This is 1916 Mexican border service. You got to have a flag or you can't go to war. You know, you got to have a flag or something, or maybe at the end of the war they give you a T-shirt. You know, that people would go to war for that. And there's an old neon sign says Green Cafe, and of course that's in the 50s and so forth. So you're kind of going around pretty quick. You've seen the whole world. We'll go in here. They have just some photographs that people have taken. Here's an old war chief bonnet, war bonnet, or well, not a war bonnet. That would have been a tribal dress bonnet, I'm sure. And keep going, Rusty, keep going. And these are exhibits. They got some old cameras and different stuff. And a lot of wonderful photos. I mean, if you're into photos, I'll just kind of go through a few here at random, and you'll see them as I go by them. But these are just photographs taken by different photographers in this area. I assume. Assumption is the mother of all mistakes. And we'll go on around here. And there's one particular one here that kind of caught my eye. Maybe when we get to it, you'll see it. You'll say, "Well, I bet that's the one that caught his eye." Oh, there it was, the horse. That's right. That was the one that caught my eye. Yeah, Lonely Road in Texas. And then we're going around. We're just about done. There's a lot more photographs if you're into that. You know, this one here is pretty interesting. I don't know how the guy did it. Another Photoshop trick, I guess. And these are for sale, too. This one right here is $150. This one right next to it is $300. And this one is $500. And they've got the person and so forth, so you can contact them, I guess, and do it. So let's go, guys. We're finishing up here. This is at the Museum of the Big Bend, Sul Ross State University campus. This is another photo. This one doesn't have a price on it, but you could surely buy it if you wanted to, I'm sure. And we go around, and we're dead. That's it. We just did the whole thing, guys. We're back to the bear. There's the bear. So we're going to step out now onto the campus, and that's it. So goodbye, big bird. Can you imagine if you'd have been no wonder humans were doomed to extinction. If the dinosaurs hadn't gotten wiped out, we wouldn't have been able to make it. We'd have never beat that operation. You can have your picture taken here. You stand behind there and stick your face in that hole, and or you can be a cactus if you want to. But anyway, from the campus of Sul Ross State University, this is Rusty 78609. We'll leave you looking at that old cowboy sitting down. This is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission, and it doesn't cost you 1 penny. So if you choose to, do. If you don't want to fool with it, then don't. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk. You know, whatever it takes to keep your health, because without your health, you're not going to be out here enjoying things like this, because this is really nice. You know, you can walk around here on the campus and enjoy yourself. And what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Let in positive thoughts. Don't let negative Nancy in there. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.